Hello, one and all, I'm GrimpaulCheese, and welcome back to Dark Souls. So as you can see, we're back here, but, well, this not-so-lavery mode. I guess it's more of an obsidian walkway now. But either way, we're here, well, going to kill these Taurus demons. These minor Taurus demons, not the greater ones. The greater ones are awful, and actually they're not as bad as you may think. Now, unlike their little cousins that we met all the way up in the surface world, which happens to be far, far above us, these ones aren't, well, weak to fire. I guess the only reason why they're weak to fire might be because of sunlight or something to do with some type of natural phenomenon. You never really know, really. And I don't think these are related to the Chaos Demons that the Black Knight armor talks about. Nevertheless, we should stop talking about lore and worry about the giant behemoth that's coming before us with a giant bone axe that's going to pummel us to the ground and probably maim us. Now, luckily, with these creatures, it only takes two good swift hits. They're easy to stagger. Oh god, that was so close. I almost fell in the lava. Now, the whole job right about here is to get him to do a ground pound, but he just wants to keep swinging. And if he keeps on swinging, I'm not going to be happy. There we go, that's what we wanted to do. And now we can go whump, and then bump. No, do another bump. No, quickly. Oh, I have no idea how that didn't miss me. Either way, the thing is dead. We can now celebrate. Oh, he dropped something. What did he drop? What shiny object did he give us? What wonderful, well, thing did he actually give? He dropped a Demon's Great Axe. Demon's Great Axe is a lot like the Demon's Hammer that we got at the beginning of the game. Now, all demon weapons can be bought from a merchant, but to be honest, it's a bit easy just to get them from the enemy itself. Demon's Great Axes are interesting. Carved from the bones of fellow demons, wielded by lesser Taurus demons. This axe is imbued with no special power, but can merrily beat foes to a pulp, providing that you have the strength to wield it. So it's quite a decent weapon. As you can see, the strength scaling is an A. That is amazing, I would just like to note. This is one of the more strongest weapons in the game, but it requires a lot of strength. As I said, all these demon weapons are amazing. They have no special enchantment, but dear God, do you want them, and do you want to make them your friend, and do you want to just hug them and kiss them and just give some good old blood sacrifices to it? I mean, obviously sacrificing souls of the living and probably the undead towards a, well, malign hammer that is going to serve us in the future, so to say. It's probably a really good thing. Now it just needs, oh wow, he missed, and say goodbye to your crotch. Goodbye, crotch. You're never going to need that again. I don't think these things can reproduce. Never known of a demon reproducing, aside from succubuses and incubuses. But either way, that's not really important now. Now, the main reason why I'm just clearing this out is because, as you saw, the creatures do not respawn. They're one of the few creatures down here that don't respawn. I have no idea why they don't respawn, mind you. But either way, they will never respawn, and we can come here whenever we want. Now, I was, last video, going to show you what's going to happen if you chuck yourself into lava, but I've decided not to, merely because I forgot about that, and I got some humanity now. Now, the reason why I got humanity is for one solid reason. We want an invader. No player invader, mind you. We want a NPC, a computer invader person thing, to invade us. Why do we want invaders? Well, it's a part of a kind of like a small mini quest line, so to say. Oh, and there's also a dead body here that managed to not get incinerated in the, well, giant pool of lava. How convenient. And there is a Capra demon. Luckily, he's not surrounded by dogs. One can only be thankful for that fact. And you can see they're much smaller and a lot less menacing. Now remember, that tail was the size of me. Whoop. And you certainly don't do enough damage to really justify anything. Well, you're a lot weaker than the Taurus demons, mind you, they are like giant bulls. These people are goat people. And the goat person is now dead. You know what I wish I could have? I wish I could have their skull. Where it is my skull. Actually, sadly I can't, because I've got this awkward egg thing on my head. It is quite awkward. So down here, we shall be going into the next part of the ruins that we tried to get across in the first place. But we also will come across a friend. My hope is we come across a friend. If not, then I might have to scratch my head a bit and then wonder what's happening. But the word is hopefully. Now, are we going to find a friend? I don't think we're going to find a friend. That's kind of disappointing. I remember there being a friend down here. There he is! It's a friend! Now, where is he? Should be all the way back up there. Yeah, he's all the way back up here. So as we can see, we have our good friend Kirk. It's not the Captain Kirk who likes to molest the women, it's the Captain Kirk that's ever so pokey and shiny, and dear God, you do a lot of damage. Oh my God, he's almost dead, just like that. Now, luckily, because he's the invader, he cannot heal. We just want him to be staggered, and then we can go bink! And there we go. That's Kirk gone, and he no longer will have the Enterprise for his own gooding. Now, hopefully, he'll drop what did we have last time? We got the sword, so hopefully he can drop the shield for us. Are you going to drop the ever so wonderful shield of wonders for us? Yes, you did. You dropped the spike shield. The spike shield is a general shield. It's a very spiky shield. It's not like the pierce shield, to be honest. For those wondering what the pierce shield is, it's the one you get from Zeekmeyer. The one with a giant spike on it. It's a lot like that, but just kind of a bit more gothic and not as cool, so to say. It's not shiny, it's not so well designed, it just looks like a goblin made it or something like that. So, a shield from the infamous Dark Knight card, Knight of the Thorns, covered in spikes. Can be used as a weapon. Shark Bite's called Heavy Bleeding. So basically, same thing, but it just uses bleeding damage. A lot more bleeding damage if you decide to. I'm gonna smack you in the face. Yeah. So that's an interesting weapon. There are a few shields that can be used as weapons. In fact, there is a great shield that can be actually used as a weapon. It's a very interesting item. And I was gonna say, that's a lot of Cabra demons. Dear God. Thank God we got a lot of, well, we got actually some humanity and a nice ring, and we got a chance of getting their swords. They're staring at me. They know I'm here. Looks like I'm gonna have to trigger one of them, because I want to kill them all. That's why I decided we're gonna have to kill them all if we want to get all the way over there. It's exactly where we want to go, and exactly where the Lord Gwyn barrier was. You can see me. I know you can. I want to fight you one at a time, please. Please? Hello? Are you friendly? Oh, he might be friendly. No, his eyes started to glow. If your eyes glow, obviously you're evil in some way, shape, or form. It's kind of saddening, really. I wanted to be the Sphinx friend. I'm sure we could have a nice civil conversation. After all, how'd you keep your hat so clean? Or your skull, regarding that you have no skin. I'm surprised it's not covered in soot. But sadly, we'll never know the questions of these creatures. They're not willing. No one, they're a talkative type. Also, I'd like to note, does that thing look interesting? Now, I'm talking about that little stone statue on the side of that wall there. Yeah, it looks very interesting. So, we got about 5 more to cut through, but hopefully one of them will drop their swords, because their sword is incredibly powerful. Very, very powerful. Now, I'm unsure if you can backstab these things. I don't think you can, because they're obviously demon creatures and they don't have real spines. They look like men, but they're not men. They're demons, of course. Demon men. Just not as good as the usual men. Same going for the ladies, but there's no demon ladies. If there was, they'll be heavily sexualized. Like these guys. Just bare-chested, with a lot of cuts. I guess if you're into, like, cutting yourself and biting things, I guess these things are great for you. Now let's just cut into them, and there goes your kilt. Actually, I would love their straw kilt. I wonder how to get their straw kilt. Because there's no straw down here. There's only lava, and rock, and stone. Stone, rock, same thing. But I regard stone as, well, carved, and rock as, well, it's magma, rock, stuff. Yes, you know what I mean, hopefully, the word is. So hello, would you like to speak to my black, well, pokey stick? It wants to talk to you. No, it wants to talk. No, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk just now. I want to talk to your friend, but he was an antisocial git, like you. Now, you need to talk to my black friend. There we go. You had a nice conversation. Sadly, you didn't last long in the conversation. No one tends to, well, last very long with my ever-so-black pokey friend. That's somewhat of a heavy figure. I'm not saying he's big-boned, mind you. No. I'm just saying he's, like, really, really muscly and practically gets angry very quickly. Oh, they dropped a weapon. Oh, did they drop their infamous demon greatsword? Oh, great machete. Now, I believe it's either the sword or the axe that is better. I think it's the sword. I think it is. Either the axe. I might be the axe. Is it the axe? No, it's the axe. Okay. So, Demon Great Machete, basically you'll say the same thing. The lesser Capra demons use these great swords in pairs. The blade is cast iron and hooked. And obviously the sword is imbued with no particular magic, but for those who have the strength, its great strength will smash foes mercifully. Oh, mercilessly. You know what I mean. So, the axe itself, I thought was either the sword or the axe. Now, the axe has the best scaling out of them all. It if you make it a plus 15, which is because you can upgrade it with normal Titanite, not the Drunkling kind, not the boss kind, when I mean the boss kind, I mean the Demon Titanite, it's just regular old Titanite. So you can just be like, I'm gonna upgrade this now, and it's plus 15, and then you can literally just kill everything within a few hits. Problem is with these weapons is they're just so slow. Now I'm actually kind of curious, does it require dexterity? No, they're pure strength weapons. That is rather interesting. So these things do not know how to work their fingers, which is probably why they die so quickly. Even though they are quite agile. Now we're down here. Now, all the way down here happens to be these, well, I don't know how to describe these things. These things are bloody weird. How would you describe to someone? Well, I thought this really fat stone turtle thing. They're not really turtles, are they? This really fat turtle thing that really looks like it's bloated. I mean, that's the best way I could describe it. I mean, if you went up to your, let's just say, your mother and say, so what did you do today? Well, you see, I went into a magma demon-filled ruin with my black friend and my stony friend. He might have been stoned at the time. We don't know. We think he's kind of radiated. And we went off, killed a few people who wore skulls for hats, while killing some bloated fat things that like to breathe fire at me. I think they might be full of, well, petroleum or gasoline. And you're like, oh, that's nice, dear. What do you want for dinner? And I'll just have like a pie. So, there's this, like, centipede evil thing. Now, this evil centipede thing is guarding something. He's guarding that dead body, but he's also guarding something else. Now, this thing is awful to actually kill. I think what I should do, for the time being, is pull out something I haven't really used yet. Something I've been keeping on standby, since I don't really have any, well, real range attack. It's this thing. This ever so lovely great bow. Now, let's make sure we can shoot it in the eye. There we go, draw it back, and bang! 100 damage. Well, that's gonna take a while, isn't it? Luckily we've got 100 arrows, so it should be absolutely fine. We missed. How did we miss? Let's shoot in the belly. Alright, here we go, shoot it straight in the belly. Bink! Let's shoot in the belly again, that seems to be a good place. Yep. And boom! Now where else should we shoot it? We should shoot it in, well, the side right here. We could try to shoot its little fingers. Might be the best idea ever. Okay, let's try and get one of its fingers off. Bink! Yes, we did. Sadly, this thing is as hard as stone. Since this, well, one of these bolts would... Now, let's see if I can get out of this. Now, one of these bolts can literally send me flying away. And it'll probably cave my chest in. Now, this thing right here, it doesn't care. Probably doesn't have any bones. That's why. There we go. It's dead. So that's that gone. Now, the whole reason I got the bow out is because, as you saw, it wouldn't even let me near it. It was annoying. Now, the reason why I don't carry both the bow and the sword is because the bow and the sword is so encumbered. I literally just can't carry them both. But either way, we've got a nice, lovely bonfire now. Let's take a good old nap, shall we? There we go. A nice nap keeps the egg on my head happy. I mean, we all want to keep the egg on our heads happy. Look, there's one of those bloated things. What would you call that? A heavily demented fat demon snail? I guess it's just like a really fat man who's lost his legs and become half snail, half statue. I guess you could call it an imp. I don't know. Very strange things. They're not really, well, this worldly. Do they have a tail? Maybe, actually. Let me see if I can see a tail. No tail. Oh, they do have a tail. Ah. So maybe they did become snail creatures. But they do seem to, like, float like they're like a giant ball. Rather interesting. Yeah, like they float. Yeah, they do. They just hover along, or just they just roll themselves along like, well... What rolls themselves along? Like a giant hamster ball. Maybe these things have a giant fire-breathing hamster inside. That would be great. I mean, we all love those giant fire-breathing hamsters in hell, right? I mean, who doesn't come to hell every now and then? Probably everyone. No one goes to hell these days. It's not very popular. And there we go. The job carve of souls, about 300. That's not that much, actually. It's at 130. These things don't have the chance to drop anything, by the way, just so you know. Now, we have 2 paths to go. Let's first give it a bat first. Now, did we anger the tourist demon? Yes, we did. Hello! It's nice of you to come along. Would you like to have a nice talk with my ever-so-large black friend? If you have a nice conversation with him, he will, well, give you candy. And some type of hug. It seems he couldn't withstand the hug, and he just simply evaporated. These demons, they don't know when to appreciate a good hug every now and then. Hello! I wish I had lightning to take care of you. I really do. You're gonna be sick on me, aren't you? Yes, you are. Now, I don't know I forget what these things do when they're sick on you. I think they erode your weapon array. Let me just check my shield quickly. I'm gonna take a quick break from having a nice, lovely conversation about a little centipede thing. Did it take away much of my durability? No, it did not. Interesting. So if I come close to you, you want to give me a hug? No, you don't. You're not the hug sort. I understand. Not many people like hugs these days. You know what? For the time being, I will leave you alone. Now, because I'm not very, well, I don't really have much damage on me, to be honest. I don't have, like, much of a range damage. I would love to have lightning spears right about now. Ah, lightning. I could kill you, and you, tree branch thing. Is this a Great Hollow? I just realized that's the same thing that was in the Great Hollow. Huh, how strange. But, yes, I would love to kill everything, but sadly, I just don't have lightning. Lightning can solve so many issues regarding enemies, and so can sorceries. You missed, and for that, say goodbye to your shins, or I can say goodbye to my chest. Ow. Okay. Ow, okay. I was not expecting such fast blows. So conveniently, my souls are right here. Hello, centipede demon thing. You don't look pleasant in the slightest. So, we could go this direction. I just really want to kill this guy just because. Now, what we want to do is not fight him here. One thing I forgot about, and I don't know how I forgot about, was the fact that he can send you flying with his mere bull strength. Now, what we want to do is wait for him to come up here, and then we can pummel him. We don't have the fear of being flinged off the edge. God, that'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Come on, come up here. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to have a nice conversation with you. I mean, you seem to be the conversational sort. You're blood-stained. You're covered in bone, muscle, fur. You're like an adorable yeti with a skull for a head. No! Oh, thank God my greediness did not get the hold of me there. Now, the main reason I'm coming down here is only for one reason. I want to show you something. Now, I will not be able to get past here for very long, mind you, since there's more centipede demons. I just want to show you that, first of all, right down there is a body or chest. I forget what it is, and I'm going to come here at a much later date when I actually have some sort of appropriate, well, damaging weapon of some sort. That's great. God, this is going to be one awkward fight with this creature. Very awkward fight. Now, will you be nice to me for a moment? It would be nice if you were. I mean, if you don't want to pummel me ever so slightly, we can be the best of friends. Right? You know what? I don't like you. Come on. There we go. One slice and two slice. Just like that. And now he's dead. It's so beautiful. I always like to note that we haven't actually come across another weapon of the demon variety ever since those two drops. Now, down here, all the way down there happens to be a chest. Now, for a wooden crate to be in a lavary place full of demons, you'd be first of all surprised that it's not smashed nor burnt to, well, soot. Or charcoal, however you want to see it. Now that is because there's a load of these centipede demons. There is a total of, like, I think 6 of them, to be exact. And sadly, they're always just as vicious as each other. Now, the whole thing about that liquid that's blowing is, well, it's actually very deadly. Very deadly. And actually can break a strong amount of your block, actually. It's like a very eroding acid. But sadly, I can't actually seem to hit the bugger. Come on. There we go. Oh god. Ow! Okay. Okay. We want to leave this thing be. Leave it be. So I want to show you these centipede demons. They dwell across this pathway. They're guarding something that's incredibly important, actually. And such an important object, we'll come to it later. Much later. Much, much later. So, I think that's the postman. Is it a postman? No, it's not a postman. I think it's next door neighbor's postman. Oh, never mind then. I was getting scared then. I was like, oh god, I paused the recording once again. I mean, who wants me to keep on pausing the recording? Probably all of you. Probably none of you. We'll never know at this rate. So we want to go to the bright shining light. Normally, if someone said to me, right, I'm going towards a bright shining light at the end of this corridor, I'd be like, don't go to it, or go to it. It depends if you're happy or not. Ow, that really hurts. Dear god, those things do pack a punch on them. So we can either go down this ever so lovely corridor right here, or we can go say hi to this Capra demon. You know, I might say hi just to pick up this soul. I mean, it's not the demons lurking here, it's just this man lurking by his friends. It's fine. I understand that you want to defend eternity for your lovely, lovely friend. You have a very strong shoulder blades, don't you? Do you want to jump off? That'd be great. No, you just want to try and break my shield. That's perfectly fine. You want to stop doing that? I mean, it's not very nice, you know, because it just allows me to do this. And then do this. You know, these demons are not as bad as everyone, well, thinks they are. I mean, they just dive in 2 hits. Everyone just needs to, well, kill a Black Knight, grab his ever so lovely greatsword without it breaking or evaporating before them. And, well, everything's hunky-dory. Hello? Anyone over here? Any demons? No one's over here, but we can have a nice view of the lava. Ah, lava. You're such a wondrous thing. How I wish I could store you in a jug and take you home. Sadly, I think the jug will melt in my hands, and then I would lose my hands in the process. It's a horrible situation. Now, through this door happens to be, well, a very interesting thing. But there's also another interesting thing down here. Now, you can get on the other side if you really wish, but then you have to take the full damage. And right now, I don't want to take the full damage. I'd rather just take a nice, lovely, well, root ray all the way down. I mean, who doesn't love, well, going on trees? Trees, after all, are amazing. Why there's a kind of a dead tree in the middle of a lavy place, I don't know. Obviously, lavy's a kind of like a, well, descriptive word of lava. If you want to describe lava, just say lavy. Everyone understands what you mean. But there happens to be a door. And also a load of these bugs. Now, these bugs are very interesting. They are very evil, but they have a very slight chance of dropping, as if I can actually get to them, they have a very slight chance of dropping sunlight medals. Sunlight medals is what you need for the Sunlight Covenant. In fact, this might be one of them. Yes, a sunlight medal. There we go. So that's a very useful thing. Now, the real question I have for you is, can I open this door? I can open the door. And just like that, I have. But you see, I want to kill one of these bugs. Come here. There's one. Is that one of them? No, that's not the bug I want. One of them has red eyes. Now, to me, they all look evil, have red glowing eyes, but we need to kill at least one of them that has these ever so special glowing eyes. Now, come here. Oh, there we go. Is that you? I think it might be you. Is it you? No, it's not you. Is it you? Right now, we're just discriminating. Titanite bug, come here. I want you. I want you in my belly. Aha! Gotcha. Now we've got Twinkling Titanite, a red chunk. Lovely. Now we don't have to get that anymore. Is it you? No. Is it you? No, come back here. No, it's you. Come here. Now you see this thing has red glowing eyes. We want that. Come here. There we go. Now this is a one-time spawning bug. You will never ever get this bug ever again after you kill it. He has a sunlight maggot. Now the sunlight maggot is a very interesting item. It's not an item we can wear, ever so sadly, because, hey, we actually got an egg on our head. Kind of a poor coincidence at the moment, but we have actually stopped a quest line from actually ending. The quest line happens to be a loathsome parasite that inhabits Lost Islip, completely immobile yet still lives. When worn on the head emanates a blinding light, which is known as the sunlight maggot. Now the thing is basically, it's like a giant torch on your head, basically. Now, there is an ever so slight chance that a good old friend of ours, Solitaire, may come along and wear the bug in our head without a helmet on, or without any head protection, and he may slightly go insane. So we just prevented Solitaire from, well, ending and dying and ever so going insane, thinking, oh look, I attained my son, and this thing is slowly eating my brain. That's basically what it does. If you're unsure what it does, that's what it does. Because the thing is it doesn't affect us because we have no use for our organs right now. We're just a mindless killing machine. We're not that far away from being hollow, to be honest. But the thing is, well, the best way to put it, Solitaire, I would say, is definitely still human ever so slightly. He's definitely a lot more human than us. He still uses his organs. He still uses his martial prowess for the better of, well, humanity. And so he probably gets more affected to it than us. And probably over time, well, it probably burrows into our skull and eats our brain. But we don't really have a brain. We're Mr. Fibbles, Eggman extraordinaire. God, that egg's getting big, isn't it? I wonder if I've unlocked the egg thing. The upgrade to it. Because there's an upgrade to the egg if you get, I think, about 20,000 souls. But I got 37,000 souls. So I should have it by now. Now that is, I reckon, actually do a kick attack. Is that a kick attack? No. No, I can't do the kick attack right now. The kick attack on the keyboard is a lot iffier than, well, anything else. Now, the main reason why I didn't want to, well, do anything regarding taking damage is because before this door happens to be a boss. Now, for the time being, I'm going to take this off and try and find a nice, lovely ring to wear in its place. Probably fire defense. Why not? There we go. We wear that. Shall we take a potion? Sure. Now, this boss is a very interesting boss because it happens to be called Demon Fire Sage. You may recognize it. It is a, well, demon that we fought in the past. It's an interesting demon, mainly because it's made of fire and does actually magic damage. I think that's magic damage or fire damage. It's one of the two. So this thing is actually a rather easy boss. It's the same as before. It's essentially fight this boss about 3 times in a row, so it's not too bad. And we just face it like how you fight all the others. Once again, lightning, really good against it. Now we just need to get away from it when it does that, because it's going to go boom. Now you can see it's a giant fiery demon. Now, at least we know where these demons are coming from. At least we do, now. Now, the thing is, unlike the others, you cannot give this demon a hug. Why? Because it's made of fire. If you want to give something made of fire a hug, you're probably going to get scolded some way, shape or form, either through verbal abuse or something of the sort. Dump. There we go. I was hoping he wouldn't pummel me to death with his butt. His giant, ever so flabby butt that's kind of molten now. One thing I'm wondering, now, is the blood in his veins on fire, or is him himself on fire, slightly dying? Well, if he was dying, his health would be degenerating. But you never know, really. Right, you take a lot of my shield off, don't you? There's another blow. That didn't do much damage at all. Let's just keep slicing his belly open. Disembowel him every now and then. Now, as you see, this thing is definitely not hard. It's not really hard compared to anything else out there. I'm not gonna lie, compared to many other things in the world. Well, this is not the hardest. I mean, after all, that Caesar's discharge was a definitely annoying git and a half, I would say so myself. Because luckily he just wants to jump up in the air and do a bit of ground pound, because I'm sure his butt hurts after a while. We need to run away. Run away. Now, thank God for his wonderful shield. Now, the thing is, I'm unsure if that creature is doing magic damage or if it's doing fire damage. I've never really discovered it, since you can only fight the creatures once a playthrough, sadly. But, yeah. Oh, boom. There we go. Time for bully swiping time. I wonder how much damage I'll do if I just did a regular two-handed swipe. Probably a lot of damage. Let's have a good check, shall we? Wow, 500. Well, we just need one good hit. Alright, bink. Oh god. Okay, that didn't hit as much as I really wanted it to. Okay, let's back off ever so slightly. And then let's do a two-handed hit. Boom! And now it's just disemboweled. And the big flabby demon is, well, been fallen by our black friends. Now, you don't get much souls regarding this boss, but we did get a demon's catalyst. Now, the demon's catalyst is a very interesting magical thing of wonder. Now, what it actually is, well, if I can actually find it ever so slightly, can I find it in my inventory? I don't know. I did clean it out. There it is. A demon's catalyst, as you can see, does fire and, well, melee damage. Demon's catalyst were formed from the Islif molten rock. Can be used as a fire weapon. The Demon Fire Sage was known as the first demon, and the last master of the original fire arts, before the Witch of Islif was engulfed by chaos, creating pyromancy. So this was one of the last actual demons that actually lurked these halls. Now, if I equipped it, just to show you what it looks like, after all, I like equipping all these nice fancy items. It's like a very tiny version of what he was wielding. If you remember that little thing you're swinging about and doing all sorts of, well, explosive-like damage and pummeling everything, it's like a smaller, most feeble version I've ever seen of it. I mean, seriously, who would ever use this as a weapon? It looks like the handle would just break as soon as you try to, well, hold it properly. But apparently it's just like a stick. A stick of, well, archery and something else. But magic's not my forte, no. What's my forte is alcohol and a good old, well, metal club of, well, metal. So, there's also another boss, literally just round the corner. But before we go fight that boss, what we want to do is, well, kill some of these things first. Obviously, that's the best thing we can do right about now, because, well, who wants to fight these ever so ugly things? I mean, they're not that nice, really, are they? No, I wouldn't say so myself. I mean, who would have these in statues? I mean, seriously, this is a work of art, someone said. This is the new Picasso. This is a, well, something done by Leonardo da Vinci's descendants. I'll be like, no. It was done by someone who, well, clearly has got a grotesque sense of humor. Because if you think that's art, then, well, it clearly is art. I mean, if you think it's something like pleasing to the eye, well, that's a lot of them, isn't it? Yes, it is. They are hovering. Oh, I thought they were just like a giant ball running along like a slug. That shows me what I know. Let's get a quick drink, and let's just fight these creatures. Because they're probably guarding something nice. Hello! Don't breathe fire, please. Thank you. Don't breathe fire. Thank you. And they were guarding. They were guarding the soul of a brave warrior. I guess they just, well, pummeled him to death with their ever so bottoms. Well, ever so round bottoms, I meant. So all the way up here happens to be, well, hopefully these things won't come alive. Well, it's hopefully, but they don't. What this happens to be, I don't know if you recognize this ever so round pedestal, but maybe you do, but maybe you don't. I'm just checking these sides just in case they've hidden something, because you never know what these games like to hide now and then. Nope, nothing down here. So let's go up it, shall we? So, as you can see, this takes us upwards. Where's it taking us, you ask? Well, we're soon gonna see where this ever so flaming, well, thing takes us. It takes us all the way up here! Here of all places! Exactly, it's such a beautiful place here. Well, not really. It's full of, like, horrible eggs. That'll probably hold, like, thousands of spiders. You know what? Every time I rest, I kind of feel ever so, well, not safe regarding all the spiders that could hatch at any moment. But what I'm going to do for the time being is I'm going to end the video here. Next to this nice, lovely old spider lady that one day I may actually horribly maim and kill, mainly because, well, I feel like it. So, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video and hopefully see you next time. Take care.